Welcome, my friends. This is Maniacal Incorporated, staring into the brink of bankruptcy. We have, 5 months worth of money left? In the last episode, towards the end of the last episode, Moray declared a war. Actually, they were attacked, and they called us in as their allies, and we joined predominantly to try out our new army. We expanded the army a small bit, wanted to see what it could do, and since then we have been dragged into 3 further wars. Our attempts to build alliances throughout Britain, specifically Scotland and Wales, and our alliances with our brother-in-laws in England have basically seen us destabilize the entire region. Everyone is calling us in on their side. The army is split. These guys are sieging down Katniss. These guys, I'm going to march them in here. This is a separate war to the war that's going on up here. Let's see if we can... I thought Scotland was going to get us. So they've actually been defeated already. The problem now is that combined the two of us could indeed take on Scotland, but these guys won't follow us. So we have to kind of maybe skirt around this way and hit these guys, and at least try and bring one of the 2 wars up here to an end. Nobody will give me a minute's rest. Huicha has sent forces over as part of one of the Liberty Wars that one of our brother-in-laws is fighting. They have sent forces over and they are sieging down Leinster. There's not a lot we can do about that at the moment. We do want to try and bring these altercations up here to an end. I'm going to want to try and siege down this region. I'm not too sure, is Scotland... Is Scotland going to try and lift that siege? They are. So one of the wars is lost already. That takes a bit of pressure off of us. There was a war for a claim on Gwynedd. So that's not good. Because I think Gwynedd was our brother-in-law. Now, our problem is England is indeed going to come in against our army here. Or not England, Scotland. I'm getting confused. We are bringing up our other army, but it's going to take a while before they reach. But if we can actually hold them here... Will we be able to hold them? I don't think we need to. We're winning. And there is our knight. Asuak, who people give out to a lot in the past. We've captured the King of Scotland. It's given us 100% war score. Absolutely. I would have let this man out the door if he could have given me a single euro. Just stamped poorly drawn medieval depictions of Europe onto gold coins. He's worse than we are. He has minus 126. So we can't do nothing. We'll hold on to him. I mean, we were always going to hold on to him. We're committed to bringing this war to an end as quickly as possible. Yeah, sure. So there is one victory. That eases matters up a bit. The good thing, of course, is that that war wasn't for any region that we're sieging. We're actually only sieging one region. And we are now officially bankrupt. In the midst of it all, Gunhilda has given us a son, Gilla Cullum. Considering we're in Scotland, Gilla Cullum, or Gilla Cullum Kill, would be a very fitting name. So may you grow to be strong and wise, my son. Oh, there's intrigue at court. Somebody is plotting to kill Temnon. We're hopefully going to siege down that region. No, I thought Leinster had been taken. We are bankrupt. We're in the midst of a number of wars. We've managed to have them. And this Amadon, Dúnadach, our uncle, his brother Cuanú, has already visited us. So we'll show him in. He has no money either, I don't think. No, absolutely nothing. We do get some court grandeur. I'm marching the armies down here. We have 100% in this war, so I'm hoping that it will come to an end. I'm hoping that Moray will bring it to an end, because I do want to get down and deal with Uí Néill. So we've hit one of their two armies. There you go. So be it. Our Aunt Orla was given out to us in the last episode. She became our rival. She's realised it's probably not a good idea being a rival to the King of Ireland, so she wants to bury the hatchet. Yes, let us. We do thankfully have some prisoners that we can ransom out. So here is one for 50 gold. And then his sister will bring in 10 gold once that has been accepted. So what we might do... I was marching the forces down by land because it's going to cost 23 gold to put them out to sea. We might put them out to sea and have them land here in Suffolk and begin sieging that region. Now, we're seeing a bit of anarchy over here. Meath, I think, has declared war to seize Leinster, so Uí Néill's attempt to siege the region failed. There's not a whole lot that I can do at the moment, or that I'm willing to do. We could try and put an end to the internal war. What is the scenario? What's going on over here? So he's attacking Leinster for his claim on Leinster, so he's looking to expand. Do you know what? He's our good friend. I don't think we're going to try and stop him. I think we'll let him have his way. My spy master has come to me with grave news. It's his wife that's plotting against Temnon. We had dreams that you would be one of the greatest spy masters in the kingdom. Instead, you somehow ended up as a jester. I'm still not too sure how that happened, because I didn't make you a jester. I think all that we've managed to do over here is spend a lot of money for nothing. Because I didn't get 10 gold for ransoming out our other prisoner, because all of the money had been spent on the first prisoner. So I've spent a lot of money to bring these guys down here, but we're at 89% war score. There's a couple of battles going on that I think will tip it over 100. I was hoping that we'd siege down Suffolk. We've managed to sway our doctor. That's probably good. And there you are, 100% war score, and we're only halfway through the siege. We did a good job overall. We did fail with one of the wars, so I do need to actually see what the scenario there is. So it's the same old anarchy as before. That war that just ended, the Liberty War, that this guy just won. He's still there. And what happened over here in Dehybert is that our daughter, she's married to the Prince of Dehybert. The problem is that he has been deposed. There is a new prince in town who we don't have an alliance with. So that has represented the loss of maybe 800 troops. So this was probably one of the more important battles that we win, and it was the one that we lost. A strange smelling man has been brought to us in blood-stained clothes, crow's feathers, strange smelling concoctions. A sorcerer. We could take this, get 300 stewardship lifestyle experience. That would be absolutely fantastic. However, a sorcerer, you say? I could use a new doctor. He's actually gone into the army. That's not a good sign. So poor Owl Sogan. We took him prisoner. We forced him to join our court. Now we're going to give his position to Brichine. So we will replace. There's a good chance that we'll just ask him to take vows. And now that we're sending Sogan off to join the priesthood, sending him off to Skelgvihiel, there's no need to sway him. We will instead try to sway Gavron, one of only 2 Goidelic poets in existence. He has made it to Mecklenburg, so our letters will get to him now. The child is only 2 years of age, but we might as well start him off early down the martial path. He's showing no aptitude for it as yet, but he does have the hail trait, so I will want him to get a martial heritage and become a knight eventually. So he is the son of Derlay, and she is the wife of our new knight, Leinchuk. So why isn't Leinchuk marked down here as the... Oh. So we're going to have Leinchuk bring up his wife's bastard child. We will send that proposal. Here is his actual daughter. So they've had a child together, and then she has had another child out of wedlock. Here is her mother, who is also a fornicator and also robust. This, of course, was Finlay's wife, Finlay, who has passed away recently. Here is Kabad. I don't know what we'll do with you. We will try and hire another knight as well to see if we can keep the other robust trait from their sister going, from Ben Ulla, Nick Ben Ulla. But this family is a mess. Cronon can unlock his first wealth focus. I think what we're going to do is just take this one. Take these 3, basically. So I want vassal tax contributions up 10% and Republican vassal tax contributions up 15%. That's not going to be worth a whole lot, but I do want those 2. And then we might go for cutting cornerstones, because again, we actually need money before we can go building anything. We definitely don't need to claim the throne. So yeah, we'll just go for this one. Golden obligations isn't going to get us much at this stage. We can organize an alliance with another member of our family. I think he was fighting against his brother, the ruler of Moray, in the last war that we were involved in. It was Cathanas that we sieged down, but I think this area was fighting against him. We will negotiate that alliance. It'll bring in a grand total of 150. That's not great, but sure, it's something. My dear cousin, I am honoured by your request, and I'd be glad to call you an ally with his 140 troops, not 150. I can count. We have a couple of pop-ups. First of all, here is the Duke that executed our father-in-law. And we have a favour hook on him, which of course we can now demand payments for. However, he has 1 gold and he is making 0.2 per month, and if we demand money from him, we will become stressed. So we can't do anything there at the moment. Our other major issue is there is our daughter, Muirin. She was married to the ruler of the Principality of Gwynedd. Is this the guy? Yes, we were looking at him, and he has lost his all of his territory. So the new ruler of Gwynedd has stripped him of everything. Can we invite him to our court? Can we invite his daughter, our granddaughter, to our court? You're in our court in Ulster. No, we can't declare war on him for... Well, obviously we couldn't declare war on him for our daughter's claims because she doesn't have any. I would like if there was a casus belli to reinstall members of your family. But that is a valuable alliance gone. And it's also the fact that it's about 1,400 troops was what we were getting from that alliance. Now we're getting 0. And of course our daughter can't be married off to anyone else until that guy dies or until she comes to our court. And Temnon, our councillor, he was serving as our marshal. Our former long-standing steward, Temnon, has died. That is absolutely adorable. The 16-year-old Queen of Connacht, our daughter-in-law and the future Queen of Ireland, after Finlay failed to cure Seachnasach's cancer in the last episode, she is a powerful vassal, so she wants a position on the court, and the best place we could put her would be Marshal. Instead, we're going to give the position to Leinchuk, and he will continue training commanders. We will need to hire some more knights, and that's going to cost us money we don't have. We have an opportunity to unlock only our second dynasty legacy. We're already in trouble with our knights, now we're going to get an extra knight. However, it will give us additional monthly prestige. Mercenary costs will go down, so that is something we should probably start to think about. And court grandeur will change by plus 100%. I think we'll go with this. Renowned name. The renowned name of the Dál Fiatach dynasty. Our renown is going up by a good chunk because, of course, we have 2 kings. So that brings us in, each one of those kings is bringing us in 1 per month. 1 renown. Leinster has fallen to the forces of Dublin, to the King of Meath. So what I'm probably going to have to do is wait until the next generation, because there's no point in bestowing the duchy title on him. So giving Crusader, who is already the Duke of Meath, giving him also the title Duke of Leinster. Also, I don't have the money, so we'll just wait. And of course, in all that time, we got no time to ourselves to deal with our stress. We are stressed out again. But thankfully, we have our dear friend Crusader to turn to. So this will reduce 42 stress. We still have to get rid of another 21. This is the most stressed out man ever. The amount of breaks that he has had. Now that we have brought that series of wars to an end and redecorated the back wall of the castle, it only makes sense that we would hold court. How many do we have today? 3. Tell them to come in. The woman who approaches my throne is clearly a commoner, my lord. She begins her speech. I represent the local community of Dunpodrig. In the last few months, our cemeteries have been plagued with the disappearance of bodies. All had been dug up and left no trace. At first, we feared wild animals or obscure powers at work, but then your own court physician and sorcerer, Brichine, was caught red-handed hauling the dead away for his experiments. Please put a stop to this blasphemy. So we can say that studying the human body is a sad necessity, which is absolutely true. We would get intrigue and learning lifestyle, not much good to us. Guards, arrest the grave robber. Or Brichine, just cut it off. So, save cemeteries. What will... 15% chance that he would become a novice physician, encouraged grave robbing. I think he still feels a bit guilty at the loss of his son, at the death of Seachnasach, that we did not have the knowledge to save him. So even though these are going to be of no good to me, the 15% chance that Brichine will become a novice physician is one that I think he would be willing to take. O munificent High King Cronon, I am Alice, and I have travelled far to ask for your aid in righting a great injustice. The woman in front of me bows deeply before continuing with her a well-rehearsed plea. Prince Cain of Dehybert currently sits on the throne of Dehybert. It's kind of in the name. But I am the true and rightful ruler of those lands. If you aid me in pressing my claim, I shall swear fealty to you and serve you loyally until the end of my days. It is a beautiful day for war. So we recruit her to court, we get a strong hook on her, and we immediately start a war. So this is the Prince of Dehybert. We're absolutely going to war. We're absolutely going to war. Please depart at once. I cannot risk offending the prince. I cannot help you, but please enjoy my hospitality. So we could keep her at court. Would she keep her claims? I like the idea of a woman wandering into my court and telling us to go to war with Dehybert. Let's take a look at this guy again. Where has he gone to? What do his alliances look like? Nothing great. Absolutely. It's a beautiful day. It's always a beautiful day for war. As soon as it is his turn to speak, the agitated man in front of me screams, "The end is nigh!" The signs are clear, and everywhere the people of Leinster know it all too well. Disorders, bandits, thieves, violence, and the disappearance of justice among men. The day of judgment is upon us. There is only one way for us to be saved. Purify your heart by purifying your body. Salvation can't be reached with a heavy belly. Repent now, for the day is nigh. So salvation must be achieved through every means. We gain piety, and we lose some diplomacy, prowess, and we get stress loss by going on a bit of a diet. Burn the heretic or take the fool out of my sight. Stress loss. The loss of a lot of things. Stress loss. As the last petitioner departs, various courtiers follow them out of the room, having business to attend elsewhere, hopefully including my marshal and my soldiers. My business here is done. After all the times that we have, the twice that we have done Liberty Wars for our brother-in-law, it is only right that he return the favour. We will call him to war. In Leinster, we will raise our army. So we're interfering in Wales again. We're upset at the deposition of our son-in-law, who was deposed as the ruler of Gwynedd. And we're now going to push somebody else's claim to this region. I should actually take a look at the person in question. I do like the idea that some randomer just showed up in our court, waving a sheet of paper saying, "Look, I have a legitimate claim." And we were like, "Seems legit. Let's go to war." Her grandfather was the Prince of Dehybert, so she has inherited her claim that way. We have a hook on her, so at the very least we might be able to get some money. I'm expecting loyalty. I'm expecting that she will become part of the Kingdom of Ireland. Do you remember when I said the succession was secure? Today I was given grave news. My son and heir Amleve has fallen ill with consumption. The future is uncertain. Death lingers closely by his bedside. Ah, Brichenna, you're not keeping dead bodies by his bedside, are you? Stop it. Take him away. Put him somewhere else. The physician wants to know how my son should be treated. The physician will decide what kind of treatment. So he has consumption. He's a good doctor. He didn't get that novice trait, unfortunately, from digging up dead bodies. Do no more than is necessary. Reduced disease symptoms for 5 years. Not too bad. We're going to try and bring our army across, land it in the place we're not at war with, and let it get rid of that penalty. Our allies have already gone in against Gwent, so we might... I'd say we're going to... No, we're not. I thought we might lose some numbers by going in that direction. We'd better try and get down here. We'd better try and get down here and match up with our brother-in-law. Nope, too late. If he can just hold on. If he can just hold on and be strong. I don't think he will, and I think we're now committed. Amliv has come of age. He is good with money and consumption. They grow up so fast. We failed to get in there. I actually have no idea what just happened there. We ended up 1 county short. So we arrived 1 barony short of where we were supposed to go. Why is he going all the ways over there? I thought he'd go to Oxfordshire or something. We might try and siege down this region while we wait for him to regroup. Off he comes. We can organise a marriage. We will send that proposal anyway, and organise that marriage between our son, who has become the Duke of Connacht, and heir to the Duchy of Ulster and Ireland, or the Kingdom of Ireland. We're back in the red again in terms of money. It looks like we have gone to a boot sale with our good friend, Crusader. He's looking at some stuff, telling us about all the bargains he's found. I think we will trust his expertise. We've a 40% chance that we get 100%, or a 40% chance that we get 100 stewardship lifestyle experience. 40 that we get 50 and lose 10 gold. So there's only a 20% chance that something bad will happen. We got 100 stewardship lifestyle experience for free. Fantastic. And because of Crusader's nose, we have become the owners of a potsherd. Clergy opinion +2. This we will equip. You... No. This should be interesting. Here is Ben Ulla Nick Ben Ulla. She is the daughter of Finlay and Ben Ulla. Here is Derlay and her husband Loinchuk. So this is a family of bold women, basically, and somebody is planning to kill her. So we're going to see who that is. I have decided to lift the siege here and begin marching south because, yeah, there you go. They are recruiting large numbers. They're going off in some direction. They might be heading for Ireland. They're not. And I think while we have an advantage on them, we should probably try and hit them. So they have been rebuilding their armies, and I want to try and hit them before they cause too much of trouble. It'd be fantastic if one of those armies had gotten out. But it didn't. We've come in with a bit of an advantage. There is somebody, I think, who we ransom back. I'm not too sure. Kuanu was wounded. He's doing something useful. That mayor of Carrickfergus doing mighty work. So we might just try and move along the coast and stay where we are, because we're going to take penalties no matter where we go. And we have just gotten a pop-up. Our brother Khosrow has died from the wounds that he received. Internal injuries in this war. So he was the ruler of Breffni, which of course I will be passing on to his nephew, Amliv, as in I will be handing the county to Connacht control, but Cosroch has died from the wounds that he received in the battle. There he is, the poor man. Cúnu, our uncle, has also been wounded, so we did manage to kill 2 of their knights. But it has been a bit of a hefty blow to us, and that's of course going to be... That's going to be a need for us to hire more knights, and we're not getting the money together at the moment. With all the anarchy that is currently going on, our wife has become pregnant. How many armies are here? There is indeed 900 belonging to Oxford. It would be great if they would go on siege down somewhere else. The forces that were attacking have kind of gone off in this direction. I thought they might be preparing to land in Ireland. We're losing a lot of money, and we're losing war score. I had to think there for a second. So we had plus 1% war score, and it's ticking down. I don't think we're going to be able to bring this altercation to an end quickly. We might actually need to call in more allies. We do have more brother-in-laws in the region, and I think that might be an idea. What armies are coming in here? I was hoping one of them would cause some trouble. This battle is turning on a knife edge. Lord Philip has been killed. We're definitely going to have to call in some allies. That battle turned on a knife edge. And now factions are being created against us because we have been so heavily weakened. Right. Let's see what we can do. We just saw a big heap of troops disembarking and passing us by just before Dehybert came in and that battle was fought. I was thinking maybe has Dehybert gotten involved in another war? Of course, if it had, those troops would have been hostile to us. But what has instead happened is that Brittany has laid claim to the Kingdom of England. And aided by a big chunk of France, it has a lot more troops. England has been in a state of anarchy for a very long time. We will very quickly look at it. Just the title. It has hopped back and forth between these two guys twice. So this guy, we saw him a good couple of episodes ago when he was like 7 and he was the king. He was forced to abdicate in favour of this guy. Then he was reinstalled by a faction demand and then abdicated again. King Girth had minus 750 gold at one stage. His army was down to about 3,000, and what I was preparing for, I can't do it now because my army is raised, but to declare war for my wife's claims. What claims would she have had? Gunhilda, surely she would have laid claim to all of England. And those were the problems with the succession. Because Seach would have become King of Ireland, Leave would have become King of England eventually. No, our wife was claiming this county. I was going to go to war for that county. That's what we were rebuilding the army for in the last episode. This changes matters, because it does look as though England is going to lose that war. Speaking of our wife and the anarchy of the Godwinsons, here is another brother-in-law who is in this region. He should be able to get forces down to us very quickly if we could hit... Nope, haven't managed to. If we could hit these guys. I don't think our other brother-in-law is coming with us. If we could hit these guys, if we could hit anyone, how are they moving so fast? There is a martial trait, that's probably what it is. Gunhilda has given us a son, Dínrathach. We'll go with that. The problem now is, of course, our brother-in-law raised his forces. on where the invasion was occurring. So they're being annihilated from what I can see. That was a rather foolish idea by him. One of the other armies won't follow us. We have 1900 here, so unless we get more reinforcements in, we're in a bit of trouble. We've gotten another lifestyle perk. Vassal tax contribution goes up 10%. Hopefully we will have a vassal to add to that soon. The siege here has been lifted. Our brother-in-law didn't get his army out of there fast enough. His brother has joined, is marching across 900 troops. We might need to call in... We might need to go whole hog here and just call in everybody. Lothian is the next closest place. I should have checked, is he actually in any wars at the moment? He's not. There's no point going in against these guys. Seems though they have ended up in that position. We might need to start pushing the army north and try and meet up with Lothian's forces. So how is that happening? That moron just marched his 900 troops into the middle of the invading forces. I think I'm just going to get all my brother-in-laws killed. Fair play to the Pope. He's always good for a few bob when you need it. 142 gold. And it's come in at a badly needed time. It at least gets us out of debt. We're losing 0.8 per turn. I was thinking it'd be something like this. So these two sisters are plotting against each other. Well, no, one of them is plotting against the other one. And that is the worst news that we could have received. Our friend Cahul has died. Our faithful friend, our steward, if I remember correctly. Our fathers organised that we would meet when we were both heirs to our respective regions, and Cahul has been a good and faithful friend to us. Here is our cousin, the ruler of Ossory, a fantastic steward. She doesn't have much work to do on her first day at work. Okay, we're getting something like an army together. We have 2,500 and another 1,200. So we're going to siege this region. That gives us a bit of gold. We will take our army and we will go on another battle. Now, I should actually check what way is the army looking at the moment. The new ruler of Meath, Cahul's son, Orthacon. He's fairly good in the realms of diplomacy. We will show him in at once. So he comes meekly before us, and we tell him to serve us well, as did your father, our dear friend Cahul. Now, these guys are trying to get out. I think they're going to succeed. I'm not sure. Are they going out to sea? They're not, but they're going to fight us in a region where we have a disadvantage. Or they were going to. They're making another attempt to run. Our forces will hopefully come in piecemeal. Leinchuk was maimed. So one of our allied knights has killed somebody. We'll just stay where we are and siege this place again. So poor old Leinchuk has lost a leg. He is still at... what's he at? 14 in terms of prowess. We're sieging down a few regions. Our bishop is looking for a donation. Oh, he has received a donation. As much as we would love to take that money, as much as we would absolutely love to take that money, because we are generous, it will give us a tremendous amount of stress. We'll gain some piety with which to ask the Pope for more money. He's a great old Pope, that Pope. So we've gotten some more money together through winning a siege. I think we'll help with the siege here. And then we're going to have to do a cross Wales run. Our loyal and faithful servant Fogartuck of Munster, who assisted us with the final conquest that were needed to form the Kingdom of Ireland. We're pointed out, or we're told that we could give him a tougher contract. Loyalty is worth more than levies. It's not, but I don't want to become more stressed. Our daughter, Ben Meath, has come of age. She has been married out to, I think this is in Lothian, the ruler in Lothian. They grow up so fast. 15 learning, not too shabby. And they are now married, so that alliance is hopefully solidified. Because Lothian is basically what's keeping this war going at the moment. Leinchuk has restored control in Leinster after it was conquered by Meath. So let's see if we can get this siege done. And probably march on the capital. Do you remember when I said the succession was secure? We have suspicions about our wife's child. If we look into it discreetly, we have a 93% chance to discover if she is unfaithful, 6% chance to be discovered, or that we will be discovered. Our suspicions are laid to rest. It seems that our fears have been unfounded. Despite every effort on the part of my spies, I have found no indication that she's been unfaithful. Unfortunately, she has found out about the suspicions. Oh no. So that 6% kicked in. We've gone in against the remaining army. Kunu has been wounded again. Our mayor has gotten in a kill. He's doing mighty work. To the charming High King Cronon of Ireland, I call you to honour our alliance and join me in the war against the tyranny. So this is the idiot that we... Will you not just let me win this battle, first of all? We will accept. So that is a tyranny war against the guy that killed his father, executed his father, our father-in-law. I'm hoping this battle will bring that war to an end. It has indeed. We will enforce our demands, so be it. And now Ireland has extended onto Wales. We're actually at war with... Look at that, we can just wander up here with our heavily depleted army. Because, of course, Lothian is going back home. We need to reassess and see what's going on. Okay, I just wanted to check out how the war was going. This is an unusual sight. As I'm about to retire for the night, a scene of unbelievable hilarity ensues before my eyes. My wife Gunhilda, naked as the day she was born, chasing my court jester with an axe. Come here! Give me my clothes back, or I'll split you in half, Gunhilda screams. Oh, you'll never catch me. I need your clothes to build my cozy little jester nest. Okay. Har har. Just what I needed to see. That will lose us some stress. No matter how fun this is, give her clothes back. So we lose stress one way or another. We only lose 8 this way. We will lose 48 stress this way. Our wife will be naked for 5 years. This is what the war looks like over here. We're gonna just start sieging down random places. Our armies are heavily depleted and we still have a good chunk more forces than them. More and more wide-eyed servants seek me out, claiming to have seen my son Shocknasuk walking the halls. Brickina, no, you didn't dig up my son's corpse. This isn't Rimworld. He can find no rest, my lord. That is why he stalks the place of his demise. The lazy bastard didn't stalk the place when he was alive. He's not going to be doing it when he's dead. Stop this nonsense. He's dead and gone. He's with O'Leary in the grave. I will have someone look into it. We lose 25 quid. Yeah. That lazy divil. If there was a job going lying in the bed, he'd sleep on the floor. And speaking of the succession, Amleave has gotten his health back. So that is wonderful. I'm going to close this this panel or it'll be open forever. The good news is that we have gotten our sway scheme with Gavron up to 100. The bad news is he is no longer in reach. Where is he now? He is heading to Croatia to become a war correspondent because, of course, there is a civil war going on in Croatia, while Brazil has seized the throne from his brother, Kailach, and now somebody else is trying to dump him out. He's winning now. He was losing. I would help if I could. He has no allies because he's made some bad marriage alliances. So who knows how that's going to end out. But hopefully Gavron, who's heading over as a war correspondent, a war poet, he'll send some news back to us. The world has been given another Irish poet, Murcha Mac Éine, and this is of course Éine of Leinster. I'm not too sure, is this the previous ruler who was deposed? So this is where he is at the moment. Where's the actual earldom of Leinster? Yeah, so it's the deposed ruler. He is one of the only Irish poets in existence, so yes, I'm trying to sway him. I can't imagine that we'll be seeing him over here. I presume she feels that she has to agree to any offers we make at the moment. Here is the new Duchess of de Hybert, her daughter and heir. And here is Lachlan, who we were prepping for maybe the priesthood, but instead we are going to secure a marriage here and see if maybe that will put a member of the family in power in de Hybert. And of course we have, I think, 5 counties here. If we had 7, we would be able to form the Kingdom of Wales. How interesting. Let's deal with some other issues first of all. We were able to raise some forces here and to reinforce the army. I was worried that these guys were going to come and attack them. We have another son, Murcha. Our poor wife, of course, is naked because her clothes were stolen by a jester who we would not allow her to chase down with an axe. We will merge these two armies. We will hopefully complete the siege of one of our brother-in-law's territories. And lift the siege down here. They're running around. They're going in circles. We've managed to catch them. Teethmar doing all merciful work. And he has actually killed... Oh no. How am I going to explain this to my wife? So yeah, it's been Yeah, it's been a bad day for the family. Teithmar killed Edwald. This is the guy who kept past tense, calling us into Liberty Wars. His brother was killed by our friend Crahuur's son, Arthacoin. So 2 of our half-brothers have been killed in a war that another one of our half-brothers has called against the tyranny of the guy who killed their father. Victory is ours. We have managed to win that war. That duke has been deposed. So that was the guy that killed our father-in-law. And all it took was us to kill 2 of our brother-in-laws. Why am I back looking at Ireland? Because of this. Iceland, not now. Not now. God damn it, Iceland. So I hope my brother-in-law is happy. He declared war to end the tyranny of the man who killed his father. 2 of his brothers were killed in the war. That ruler has indeed been deposed and replaced with his son. So the Godwins still control this region. However, they have lost England. Brittany invaded. So we now have the King of England and Duke of Brittany ruling this entire region. So that's what all of this anarchy has brought, making it harder for us to enforce the claims of our naked wife to this county. This episode was basically just one big long series of wars, which we have finally brought to an end. We've caused utter chaos. We've basically wiped out our wife's family. We've also extended our reach into Wales. We have a prison full of high-ranking nobles that we can ransom out to get the money together to possibly think about going back and attacking to complete the conquest, maybe take Gwynedd and create the Kingdom of Wales. And then in future that would split. So you'd have the King of Ireland, but you would have a member of the Dál Fiatach on the throne of Wales, generating prestige and dynasty points. And of course we have Iceland. We'll see on the next episode. I don't think we can do much with Iceland. We'll see what we can do with them. Thank you for joining me on this one. If you've enjoyed it, please do leave a like, and I will see you on the next one.